You love a rig, don't you, Gerrard?
Well, I must admit, Bradders, I am very OCD when it comes to my fishing, and I'm very particular when it comes to my rigs, and that last 4 foot of my baiting tactics, shall I say. Finding fish not a problem, finding spots not a problem, but it's this last bit that needs to be 110% that gives me confidence so I don't have a meltdown.
And that is the one bit that you can't scrimp and scrape on.
Yeah.
Out of everything, you can have cheap rods, cheap reels, whatever, but this is the bit that you need to get the right components to get the right rig.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get the right rig, and, like you've said, the right tactics to fish in right situations to capitalise on catching as many fish as you can from that spot if you think it's a goer, shall we say, a decent spot.
Now, one of your rigs we've just been talking off camera is your take on the German rig.
Yes.
And I know you're going to show us it now and how to tie one.
Yes. I know you can see a lot of Nash on table, guys. I am still with Nash, still part of Nash as a consultant, so that's why I'm using Nash products, because obviously I use them myself and I've got 100% confidence in them. So that's why you're seeing Nash gear. What it is I'll talk you through them first. Obviously, our armour link is it's like a braid, so it's uncoated, but it's actually got Kevlar running through it, which makes it super abrasion resistant, and it also sinks like a brick. So I use a lot of armour link in my fishing, as to opposed like a skin link, a coated material. 90% I use braid. It's only certain situations where I use something stiffer. Fang X, the Fang X hooks, size 5s and 6s. Massive fan of these. Again, for my pop-ups, for my wafters, bottom bait rigs, I use the Fang X. I just think it's a fantastic shaped hook. Bends right on it, in-turn die. It just flips every time in them fishers' mouths. So Fang X, I'm a big fan of. And then you've just got some smaller components like your little hook beads, hook ring swivels, which I use. So they haven't got to be Nash. Obviously, every other company does a hook bead swivel and a ring swivel. I'm just using these because this is what I use for the last few years, and it's caught me quite a few fish. So here we go. This is one of the simplest rigs that you will ever see anybody tie.
Could I tie it?
I won't go that far. But I will show you, and yes, Brad, you will be able to tie this. It's coming away from all the modern day rigs, shall I say. You know, with all the components on.
Yeah.
Spinner rigs, IQD rigs, all this. There's nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong whatsoever.
In certain situations, they're brilliant, aren't they?
They're brilliant.
Yeah.
This is what I use 90% of in all my fishing, and I've shown people this rig many times, and the feedback that I've had from them catching fish, it's proven.
Yeah.
So here we go. So all that you do is you get some armour link. This is a £25.
Yeah.
Yeah, weed green, or it can be silt or whatever you want. All that I do is just cut a little bit off.
Let me just get in over here.
Yeah, just cut a little bit off like that. So you can see about 12 inch. One Fan X hook. Away from the point of the hook, going down the shank.
Let me just zoom in here on this, Gerrard.
So basically I've just put that through the eye of the hook, away from the point, yeah?
Yeah.
Then all that you do is wet it, or moisten it, as they say. There's always a little gap in the eye of the hook where the wire's been turned in. So you want to go away from that. You don't want to be going up to the gap in the hook. You know at the top where the eye is. Can you see that little groove? So you want to be going the opposite way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back round the whipping. Hold it tight. Just wet it a little bit. Through the eye of the hook to the point. So basically, it is a knotless knot. That's as simple as that, Brad, yeah?
Yeah, got you.
So that's your knotless knot. So just get a little puller tool. Just make sure that's tight. Pair of scissors. Just trim that tag head off. And then what you're going to do is one of the little hook ring swivels.
Yeah.
You're going to take one of them out of the packet. Like that. You are then going to attach that onto the hook with the large ring going onto the hook shank, not the small one. So that goes on there like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then you are going to get a hook bead swivel. And then you are going to thread that. I always go the big part first, your own personal choice. Some people do it the other way, so the ring actually goes onto the thinner part of the bead, but I've known that to get stuck sometimes. I like movement in my in my swivel, my bait, where it is. So that basically now is a knotless knot, one ring swivel, one bead.
Simple.
Yeah, I always have that little bead just on the point.
Yeah.
On the bend, sorry. Can you see?
Yeah.
There. And then all that you do with that is my little favourite double citrus wafters. It's either double citrus or double scopex squid. I floss them on just with a bait stop through the smaller part of the ring swivel. I think I'm doing good, Brad, without my glasses on.
Yeah, you're doing awesome, mate.
That's what I thought. See, kids, eat your carrots when you're younger. So then, just a couple of overhand knots. Just like that. Then I just get it so it's nice and flush. Tram the, cut the two tag ends off. Just a light. Blobby, how simple is that rig? And that has caught me so many fish, and I want to show you what it looks like when it's on the lake bed. Look at that, how that sits.
Let me just get on here on the camera.
You see that?
That sits perfect.
That sits absolutely perfect.
Let's see if we get a side view. That's just destined for a carp to come and chomp
That
on
is
into.
low to the bottom, perfect, not too high. But just while we're on this rig, Brad, so that is the wafter. So with this German rig, you can also make this into a pop-up rig within 1 second. Easy as this. Get one of the kickers, one of the large kickers, yeah. Thread that with the straight part first. Onto the coated up link, like that. Thread it down onto the hook. Easy when your hands are not wet. Let me get that on there, Brad. My hands are wet, mate. That's it.
So you've basically converted.
You've converted that so it eliminates, shall we say, any shrink tubing. You ain't got to mess about with any shrink tubing, kettles, anything like that, mate. Can you see? So basically that now has created that arc, so when I put some putty on it, that is going to sit off the bottom like that.
Yeah.
So now you've created a pop-up, and that's like a mini version of a withy pool, which is devastating. So the German rig I use for two aspects: wafter fishing and for all my pop-up fishing.